Hey everyone, it's BlueBasser86 doing another episode of what's in my boat's tackle boxes. Today we got the excuse my phone making noise there. We got my lipless or rattle trap, whatever you want to call it, box. I really enjoy fishing these kind of baits. I know a lot of people don't, but because they lose a lot of fish on them. But I catch a lot of big fish on these baits during the winter time, so that's, you know, it's kind of a trade-off you have to make, I guess. You might lose some fish, but also if you get good quality hooks on them and you get the right tackle for them, the right rod, the right reel, the right line, you don't have near as much of an issue. So if you're having issues losing fish on these things, you need to make some adjustments. You're still going to lose fish, you know, it's part of it, but you're not going to have 100% landing percentage with any bait. So anyways, we'll get started here. We've got some 6th Sense baits. These are going to be the Quakes. These are all 70s, I believe. Yeah, these are all 70s. Some of them are Quakes, some of them are Thuds. I can't remember all of 6th Sense's colors. I know this is Merthiolate. This is Clayton Shiner. I bought it because it was on sale and it's my name, so I felt like I needed to own that one. And, you know, a couple other craw colors. This Merthiolate Flash is one of my favorite ones by them. That one's all scratched up. You get some good dirty water. It's a really solid color, or a cloudy day because you get that copper. It's just kind of a sparkle craw color. The Clayton Shiner I really like because it looks like a crappie, and big bass love crappie. And then of course you got your fire craw color. These are my favorite, hands down, not even close. Right now, as of today, if I had to get rid of all the rest of them, these would be the baits I would keep. These are my Red Eye Shed Strike King Tungsten 2 taps. These have 2 tungsten balls in them, so they have a little bit different sound than your regular Red Eye Shads. I like Red Eye Shads because they wobble when they fall, and I fish these a lot with a lift and drop retrieve, especially during the winter time when I fish them the most. That's just a gold blackback. This is a just chrome blackback. It's one that's obviously been eaten a few times. One of my favorite colors. It's the chrome blueback. Another chrome blackback. That's my replacement in case I ever lose that one. Another chrome blackback. I think this is Real Shad or something to that effect. Very realistic color, like photocopied on. And this is the Grandpa chrome blackback. Yeah, that bait has been eaten hundreds, if not thousands of times. These are a couple new baits. These are both Spro Uruku Shad 75s. They have not seen water yet. Haven't even taken the split rings off of them to get them ready to be fished. But these are both silent, which is tough to find in a lipless bait anymore. So I'm pretty excited for these. Got the box right here for them. It's the Essential Series. You see, silent for pressured fish. By this time of the winter, my fish at Lacine, they definitely fall under that category. So it stands up, nose down on the bottom, and it's got Gamakatsu hooks, which it's always a huge plus when you can get good quality hardware on a bait right out of the package. These are a couple just regular Red Eye Shads, both green gizzard shad. Got the bleeding chrome blackback, red-eye shad, oyster, just standard red-eye shad, chrome sexy, solid color. I think this was one of the first red-eye shads I ever bought. Can't remember the name of it. I know I caught a 7-pounder on it. Right to actually one of my biggest 5-fish limit I've ever caught in Kansas, at least seen during the winter time. My big fish of the day was that 7-pounder that I caught on that bait. Every other fish I had that day was on a Strike King shad. This is a Savage Gear. I can't remember the name of it. It's like a TPE shad or something like that. But this is soft, durable. This is a really heavy bait though. It's like 7/8 of an ounce. It's a little tiny bait. But this was kind of the only silent bait I could find. And it works really well. It's just a very small profile. Just, you know, I like a little bit bigger because your big fish tend to like a little bit bigger shad than that, but it definitely does work. This is kind of a hodgepodge spot here. It's a Duo Reales Vibration 68. They've got really, their juvenile bluegill colors pretty sweet. Berkeley War Pig. These are really good bait. I fished them a ton when they first came out. I kind of stopped. They seem like they come through rocks really well, so if you're banging a bait through rocks, solid option. This is the Storm Arashi Vibe 07. These are another really cool bait that I should probably fish more. Obviously it has been used quite a bit. It doesn't have quite as hard of a vibration as other baits. It's not as loud, so you get some pressured fish. This is a really good bait. And also your line type moves, so it's harder for fish to get leverage to toss that bait. This is another Duo Reales Vibration 65 Nitro. It's a compact little bait, but it's pretty heavy. So if you really need to launch them out there, and that's their Neo Pearl, one of my favorite colors from, probably my favorite color from Duo if I had to pin myself down to one color. These are a fun bait. These are all suspending lipless baits. This is the 6 Sense 80 suspending. It's supposed to be like 7/8 of an ounce, but it's the lightest, almost 1 ounce bait I've ever felt. I've never put it on a scale, but it does not feel like a 1 ounce bait. And these, I can't think of the name of them. The whatever company it is that Rubanus, I can't think of it right now for some reason, but I'm sure a lot of people will realize what bait I'm talking about or what company I'm talking about. But these are both suspending. Also, these are really nice bait. They suspend really well. Nice size, cast well. Sometimes these suspending baits like that will get kind of potato chippy and be hard to cast. I'll try to think of it as I'm doing this, but these are a couple more 2-taps. These are all kind of reflective colors, and these are more of my opaque shad colors. Got the olive shad, sexy shad, and sexy herring. Another kind of a hodgepodge spot. This is I don't know if it's a dual or Yozuri. I think it's a dual hardcore. It's an XX575. We've got a couple old Excaliburs. These are before they were bought by Booyah. I've got tons and tons of fish on these two baits. It's the Ghost and the Chrome Blueback. And this is a flat shad 66 Sebile flat shad 66 XH, so I assume that's extra heavy. I found this bait. I actually caught the line. Somebody had lost it and pulled it up. I'm guessing just because it came with this double hook and no hook on the tail that this is designed to be just a jigging bait. Haven't fished with it yet, but I know the flat shads were really popular for a minute. So I put it in here because one day I intend to fish with it. This is another new bait from Spro. I'm going to butcher this name. Ramuku Shad 70. I'm excited to fish these because it says they're super loud, but they're also super buoyant. So it has 2 line ties, and it says it will run different depths with the different line ties. So the front goes 5 to 8, the back goes 3 to 5. So I'm kind of curious to fish this bait. I don't know if it's a straight sinking bait or if it's supposed to dive, like if it floats and then dives down. That'd be a really interesting little niche bait if it works like that. So I'm pretty excited to give those a try. And this is another one. This is the melon craw color. And then I have 2 old school red zone rattle traps. Remember when I said potato chippy? Yeah, right there. These are both suspending rattle traps, and they cast like a potato chip, but they flat get bit in the right conditions. And those baits are 25 years old probably, but I keep them squirreled away in here because when the condition hits to use them, they are killer bait. These are all Yozuri baits. I can't remember the exact name of them, but they're both really solid. They've got another, that's a really solid looking juvenile bluegill color, and then your fire crawl early spring bait, and then this little guy. It's been eaten tons of times. It's got a great flash, really good shad color to it, with that good holographic in the middle. So it's not the bright chrome flash, it's a little bit different. Gives the fish something else that they haven't seen before. Just a couple more 2-taps. Gotta have your red craws. Got the chili craw, and then your Raven red. These are a couple more of those Wambuku Spros. These are a 1 ounce bait. I mean, they're gonna hear those things. These are all just bigger baits right here. These are both. This is just a regular 75 red eye shad, and this is a 2-tap 75 red eye shad. So those get the 3/4 ounce at bigger profile. Sometimes you need a little bit. Sometimes you just need a little bit bigger bait for whatever reason, if they're feeding on bigger shad or something. That's not going to fit back in there. We'll drop them in there. And then sometimes they're feeding on smaller baits, and you just need a smaller profile. That's when your little 1/4 ounce red eye shads, like this one, that chrome sexy, or your little 1/4 ounce Excaliburs, like this one, that Foxy Mama. That's where they come into play. It seems like right after the shad spawn, and you get all those little teeny tiny. It's even a 1-knocker version. The Excalibur XRK25. I think they called that Royal Shad. When you get those little tiny shad right after the shad spawn, and the fish are just keyed up on them, it's just can be a great way to catch them with these little bitty lipless. Or if you just want one that you can fish shallower, you're in really shallow water. This is a rusted Lucky Craft, the LVR Mini. That one had a bad spot to sit in at one point, got all rusted out. This is an Excalibur, another one knocker 25, and that hook's cut off because at one point it was in my side. I just haven't replaced it yet. Another one knocker 25. This is just a regular 25 and a Craw Color XR 25. Another LVR Mini. It's got a couple Lucky Crafts that snuck in there. There you go. That is all the lipless baits that I carry in my boat. Like I said, those 2 taps. I was made to choose one bait, but I haven't got to fish these Ruku Shad Silence very much, and I haven't got to fish these at all. I'm looking forward to doing those. Those Yozuris are a really solid bait too, and obviously now they're Booyahs, but the Excaliburs are a really great bait. Caught a lot of fish on the 6th Sense. They're all in here for a reason. But there you go. So that wraps it up. Until next time, we'll see you then.